Now we will discuss next way, next output display way in JavaScript. The second display way to display the data. Okay, so that is what Document.Write. So it is mostly used for testing purposes. For testing purpose, it is convenient to use Document.Write method. Okay. Document means what? Your HTML document. Initially, I have written here. See, this is exclamation mark doc type HTML. It indicates what? This is the declaration of document HTML5 version. Okay. So Document.Write is a method. So let us see what happened here. This is the code. Within this, what happened? Same document declaration HTML5, HTML element started, body started, header section started, paragraph section started, and content written inside of paragraph and header sections, header elements inside of the script tags. This is the part of JavaScript. Document.Write method, it is method. I told you that method. Na? So inside of method, your whatever that activities means 5 plus 6 addition. Okay. So now the result will be displayed. Script element started, script element closed. Inside of that, Document.Write method written. Okay, 5 plus 6 passed as parameters. 5, 6 integer values. Now body closed, HTML closed. So then what? So what will be the result here? See, this is the result. What you are getting? My first web page what? It is the header content. My first paragraph content. One more paragraph, never call Document.Write method after the document has finished loading. After if you call Document.Write method after loading of your document, after loading of document, okay, so that moment what happened, it will override the whole document. It will override the whole document. Override means this my first web page, my first paragraph, this is the content of paragraph, my first web, this is the content of your header section, header element, and one more this total document will be erased if you call Document.Write method after finishing of loading of the document. So it will overwrite all the whole document. Okay, now see, you have written the Document.Write where, okay, in the script. Now come to the point. Next, using Document.Write method after HTML document is loaded, so it will delete all existing HTML content. So what is the way how to call the HTML Document.Write method? So it is not called in script. If you write in script, okay, if you write in script, okay, if you write in script as Document.Write method, so it will not delete content of header section, paragraph section, everything is as it is. But if you call the Document.Write method like this, button created, button type, on click, so that moment what happened, it will erase. This is got my first web page is your content, head section content, header element content, my paragraph, my first paragraph is the content of your paragraph, then try it. So it erases all the thing. It erases all the thing. That point to be noted. So now let us practice this. Both we will practice from zero. So first of all, this one. Then next what? The Document.Write method should only be used for testing only, yeah? Using window.alert. So we will study later. First we will practice this code. First of all, so this is the code. Okay, I want to erase the total code from here. What is going on? I want to the total code erase. Nothing is here. Your window is empty. Your result window is empty. Now write the code. Let us start first. Document declaration. I told you that this is the document declaration. Okay. Declaration HTML. It indicates declaration of HTML document version 5. Next, HTML element started with HTML start tag. Okay, next close with, do this practice so that whenever an element is started, close it, and inside of whatever you want to write, okay, you write like this: HTML element started and closed with tags. Now HTML body section, body element started with body start tag. Now do the practice. Close this element, body element, by forward slash. Okay, body. Now inside of this, whatever, we need to create header h1. Okay, now h1 element started. Inside of this h1 element is started, h1 element is closed, h1 closed. Inside of this, whatever the content you want to display, you want to get display on your screen as a header. What India is so great. India is so great, huh? India is so great, huh? This is our header. The next what happened, try to understand, huh? This is the header content which will be displayed on the screen. If you see, India is so great. Okay, there is no any problem, huh? This is very simple, huh? So now, then paragraph. One paragraph. If you have written any paragraph, within this paragraph, some content will be there. And paragraph started with paragraph element, close with close element, paragraph close element. Now element is defined inside of this, whatever the content you want to write per paragraph. India is so great. T missing here, huh? Inside of the paragraph element, I want to write, I love my country. I love my country. I love my country. Okay, now you run this code. India is so great. I love my country. This is okay. Now point is what? If I want to do anything, okay, document.write, if I want to use that method, so that is to be used. Don't call that method after loading of the document. It will erase all the document content. So for this, what you start with script tag. Okay, close with script tag, close with script tag. Now, okay, p missing. Now script. Now inside of this, we will write what? Document.write. That method, document.write method. Method, it is a method, it must have brackets, and inside of this whatever the operations like 5 plus 5 units, it is an arithmetic operation. Now you run this code, what happened? You are getting 10. Understood that? So if you now your content, your header content, your paragraph content not erased, not deleted, means the document is not deleted if you write like this. But before this, if you want to write like this, button, okay, is equal to type ty missing, button type is equal to button type is equal to button in double quotation marks, okay. On click, it is an event. Whenever a button is created, if you click on this button, what happen? The event, whatever the event you have the code written, that will be executed. Button type is equal to button. On click, on click, what up? On click, then if I click over that, this 5 plus 5, otherwise that method, what method? Here if I write like this, the mathematical operation addition, on click, this addition will be done. Now okay, so then after what? Button created, button type is equal to button, on click 5 plus 5 operation, means math operation will be done. So button is an element, the mistake what? So the button is an element, no? Everything is an element in JavaScript. So button, you need to write button, then after this is okay. Now button type is equal to button, on click 5 plus 5. So button once created, buttons to be closed with the end tag, okay. Inside of this button closed, now suppose, note this point, you focus over here what I am doing. So button element started with button start tag, end with closed with button close tag. Inside of this type is equal to button, on click, this is content, it is considered as content. If you want to, if you want to keep it as a event, whenever you click on that button something to be happen, so always you need to keep it inside of your button start tag, not in between of start tag and end tag. So if you keep anything in between start tag and tag, that will be considered as a content text, okay. So now, so on click, this will be happen. Then after what? Then after what? Okay. Now if you run this code, what happened here? So now India is so great, in I love my country, it is being displayed as it is, but it is to be erased, because whenever document is loaded, if you write, if you call the Document.Write, now on click is equal to, we need to call that method, Document.Write, that method to be called, okay. Now inside of that Document.Write 5 plus 5 we need to pass as values, okay. Now run this code. Button, where is button to be? Button is okay, button closed. Now if you run this code, now our paragraph, our content is not erased. Now we need to do what here, that script now. So we will keep this script as comment section. Comment is what, how can we write the comment in where in HTML, the comment to be written as what, first exclamation mark, then hyphen. Okay, up to where you want to keep, up to script start tag, script end tag, hyphen, and then this one. Now this line of code, up to from script start tag to end tag will be considered as your what, comment section. They will come under comment section. Now run this code, still it is. So now your button is created, but button created on the screen, you are able to see button is created. But if I click over that, whenever I have clicked over this, 10 is being displayed. 10 is being displayed means the total document is erased. But whenever, see what happened, what happened, see, so button, over the button, if I, that's, this is what your, over the button, if I remove, only you will be able to see the button only. So if I click over, you will see, that is what. But if I want to write something, I want to, so it user to be intimated that you click over here on that button. Button is what, it is an object. Over that, if you any event, occurs here, clicking over that button, it is an event. That on click is an event. So this method will be run, Document.Write method. This method will be used to display the data, to get the output data. Okay, so to see somewhat you write, which you want to get display on the screen over that button, we need to write the content in between button start tag and end tag. Click here, click here. Okay, now you run this code, so click here. So now the first part program, my first web page, my first paragraph, everything is here. So whenever you click on that, the document will be erased and the result will be displayed. So for this one, if I write the code like what, script start, script element started with the script start tag and closed with script end tag. Script end tag. Okay, now then after script start tag and script end tag, in between this, the Document.Write method used here inside of your script tags. Now any operation you want to do, 17 minus 2, 23. Okay, now what happened, see, let us see what happened. See, my first web page as it is, my script as it is, click here. Okay, it is being displayed. -6 is part of your this script. 17 minus 23, that is what, -6 is being displayed here. If I run, what is this, which is being executed, 5 plus 6, 5 plus 6 is being executed. Understood that? Why 5 plus 6 executed here? if anything we have written inside of the script, so that will be displayed after all your content, my first web page, my first paragraph, like what you know. So document.write never call that method after document loaded. That is the theory. So what happens, see here, if I want to keep this, keep this as comment section, comment, for comment you need to keep this as write like this, and then after the up to this button, okay, keep this as under comment. Okay, now what happened, that is what button your button your button that is under comment. Okay, no problem. Now script, it is open. Now run this code. So my first web page, my first paragraph displayed, then it is to be displayed na. It is script to be displayed. Script is not under comment, but it is also considered as comment. So that gap we need to give exclamation mark and hyphen. So now see what is going on here. Click here. Okay. So this is what exclamation mark. Don't keep the exclamation mark here. You need to keep the exclamation mark here. Okay. So whenever you run this code, what is going on? So okay. So now what the mistake we have done here, that is very important, we need to understand na. See, inside of the script na, document.write method that is kept as a content. So always that must be called where, inside of your method only, inside of your script start tag. Okay, but it is okay, but I don't want to lose this, so remove this one if it is giving trouble to you. Okay, no problem. Now your script document.write method called inside of script start tag. Now run this code. Okay, I run this code, but I'm not getting the result here. Document.write 17 minus 23. Why I am getting error? The write method always must have brackets. That is very important. Method or function must be suffixed with brackets. That is very important. Now run this. You still it is not working. Why it is error? The document dot write, that is to be kept in double quotation marks. That is to be kept in double quotation marks. Understood that. That's why it is giving error. Now run this code. The total is erased, but I want to get the result, na? The 23 into 25, that is to be displayed. Everything is erased, okay, but result to be seen. So now this code, na, even though that is what your result also kept inside of codes. Now run this code. So it is erased. So now see this code. What is happening here? My first web page is the header content. My first paragraph is the paragraph content. So button created. Over that button I have written the text as try it, click over, whatever. Whenever you click on that, your content is erased, and that Document.Write inside of 5 plus 6 operation done here. Understood that? Like this happens, huh? So here if I run this code, okay, content is here. Whenever I click on, okay, it is erased, but wherever that result 23 into 25. Why? Because one script end tag is here. Script end tag is here. You remove this script end tag. Okay, that's why. Okay, now it is okay. Now run your code. Click on run, but still we are not getting the result. So why we are getting the error? Try to understand. So now this 23 into 25, that must be written inside of the method. That is the error we are doing here. This is the error. Okay, try to understand this. Okay, understood that? Get my point? Document.write inside of the brackets 23 into 25 need to be passed as parameters. Now run this code. You click over this, your content, you are getting this. Understood that? So this is a little bit of practice yourself, and in this class I try to brief all that what is second way to display, get the display of data in JavaScript. That is what Document.Write. In next class we will try to understand this Document.Write method should only be used for testing only, and don't. So using Windows.alert, we need to discuss this class. This is one way, one more way to get display by JavaScript. And last is what? Using console.log. After this chapter, and one more JavaScript print, we need to discuss that. After this class will be done. Next point we will discuss in JavaScript statement, syntax, so many topics we need to discuss in JavaScript. I told you that if whenever you want to be part of any, that is what, if you are going institutes, na, so for full stack developer, that moment I suggest you that don't entirely depend upon, don't try to be a full stack developer on JavaScript. Why? Because use full JavaScript for front end, okay, with its frameworks like React, Angular, whatever. For back end, again, if you use JavaScript with Node.js as a scripting language, server scripting language for back end, so you will become what? Full stack developer entirely on JavaScript. So you will get the opportunities as a JavaScript web developer. If you in that institute you have given large amount and you spend 6 to 8 months there, so for backend, if they are teaching Python or Java, that will be so useful to you, because you would be somewhat multi-talented. You know Java, Python for backend. Okay, you are using Python or Java for backend, and front end you studied all the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and its frameworks like Angular, React. So you have much knowledge over JavaScript to be used front end, and then you have studied Java or Python as a backend scripting language. So whenever, if you get, because Java will be used for enterprise applications, so that moment in the interview, if they ask you about that, whether you know the Java, okay, yes sir, I know. So that will be a benefit for you. Okay, if you have been selected for a web developer, use front end JavaScript with its frameworks. Backend you can use Java for backend scripting language server side. Otherwise, you attend an interview which is totally related with to develop enterprise applications. So Java will be used mostly enterprise applications. You will get a job there. And if it is artificial intelligence and machine learning, data science, somewhat like that, you have studied Python as a backend, so you have knowledge over the backend, so you will get, so you have different opportunities. So if you study all that, if you have become front end, sorry, full stack developer by entirely depend upon JavaScript. Okay, JavaScript used for front end, back end, so you would be like what, only JavaScript developer. That's why I'm suggesting that. Okay, Jai Hind.